Good day, everyone. So yeah, I know it's been a while, and I just wanted to show you what I've been working on. I showed before what I was working on. School got really busy, and I got distracted and was unable to do stuff. And then well, it's been a while. So this is something I've been working on for the last couple of months, or last couple of weeks actually, about 2 months. I kind of stopped for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, this is so far what I got. So you can attack as each character goes by, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's not very fancy to look at, and I'm doing like no damage to these dragons. They're gonna kill me. Yeah, they're hurting me. So this is all the fancy stuff I did, but that's not really what I want to show. So the thing I wanted to show was actually more the enemy behavior. So today I'm going to create a goblin, but a different type of goblin. I'm going to add a new enemy and show you just how I design this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to textures in enemy textures, and I have a mage goblin, or goblin mage here. It's pretty much a clone sprite swap of the goblin, and I'm going to change him to a sprite in Unity. So this is the Unity editor transferring him to become a sprite object, blah blah blah. So there's my image. So let's go to the coding part. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is go to my enemy index, and right under goblin here, I'll just create a goblin mage. There we go. So we'll add that. This will come into play a little soon. I'll show you what it does. So the next thing we want to do, so we already have a goblin. I don't want to create a new class with a goblin. This goblin already inherits from enemy class. So basically what it does, when you create a new goblin, it sends the enemy type back as a goblin, because that's what it is, it's a goblin. And then it just takes in all this information, passes it back to the base class, which should be right there. And creates it with its name, and its enemy index, all that, and then it has these hard-coded behaviorals for a goblin. So the difference between a goblin mage and a goblin is goblin mage can cast magic, whereas this guy, he cannot. He really kind of just sits there and just does his specialty behavior, which if we go there, well, I don't really have that part set up for, well, I do, I just don't remember where I have to go to get that part. But basically what he does is he either attacks or does a goblin punch. But a goblin mage, I rather him do an attack and cast magic. So, first thing I did was change this enemy index to create a new goblin mage. Now what I want to do is go to the goblin, or the enemy init. So this is where you create all your enemies. So what's going to happen is I'm going to create an enemy equals new goblin, and he's going to be called a goblin mage. And enemy, this is where the enemy index comes in. He's going to be goblin mage, and we'll say he gives off like 250 experience, whatever. Don't really care. So alright, so there we have our new goblin. But the problem is, like I said, the new goblin inherits all the stats from this guy, so he has all the same information right here. But I want him to be like a little stronger, maybe 25 hit points, a little stronger in strength. You know, change those values up a bit. The other thing is I also want to change, I don't want him to have a special ability anymore. I want him to actually yeah, see, this wasn't a good design right here. I still have to change a few things in here. I think oh yeah, it's right there, so like actually I don't even need that, but I'll leave that in for now anyways, doesn't matter. I don't want him to, right now he just has an AI special behavior. This means he'll either attack or use special, but I don't want him to do that. I want him to do attack or use magic. But he also doesn't have a magic table. So, let us go, and we shall go back to enemy index. You'll have to bear with me because it has been a little while since I've done this. Enemy. So I'll make his weapon will still be the same. I don't really care too much about his weapon. It doesn't really matter. But AI behavior. This is the handler. I have what's known as an enemy AI behavior static class, which is up here. So this has static functions that basically determine what behavior is going to be executed under what conditions. So the one I want is the magic casting AI. So he will cast magic until he no longer has any MP left. Actually, I think I'm gonna I'll create a new one actually. But I'll do that in a second. I shrunk the window. That doesn't help. Anyways, I'm a little over the place, sorry. But I have an enemy AI handler. That's going to determine what behavior he's going to do. Then, depending on his behavior, enemy dot handler, what's it called? Enemy AI handler. Oh yeah. Oh no, I don't need the handler because that will be determined at runtime. So what I want to do actually is do enemy behavior key. So these are the keys that determine there's attack, magic, whatever it is. I'm going to have him cast magic equals magic dictionary dot instance. Magic dictionary basically just holds all the magic in the game. Get actually fire. There we go. So now he will cast fire, hopefully. Let's see how well this. It's been a while since I've actually played around with this, so we'll see how well this does. Alright. So now he has a casting behavior. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my enemy behavior. I'm going to create a new one. And I'm going to call it, I'm going to public static void attack magic AI. Basically all this means is that he's going to randomly choose 50-50 between attacking and or using magic. Now each one of those magic handlers has to have the signature with the enemy character and the target, and command info is optional. That's just information prior to casting, but that's not until why I spelled pub. Ooh. Look, there we go. Public. So basically, all it's going to do is enemy dot you're going to set the enemy's current behavior. If random dot value greater than 0.5f, 5f, where's the 5? 5f. So basically if a random value returns between 0 and 1, there's a 50-50 chance. So if it's greater than 5, we're going to want to set the enemy's behavior type to dot casting. So he'll cast magic. Else, enemy behavior type will be attacking. So basically what this means is there's a 50-50 chance he's either going to attack or use magic. Alright, so we'll compile that, make sure I got errors because fortunately this has to be running. If you go to project, project assembly C# options, general, target framework to mono /.NET 4.0. Because what I have is I have a bunch of these. What these basically mean is if you don't provide a value, it will just assign this to name. So if you don't have anything in name, it'll assign this. Fortunately, 3.5 does not support that. So I have to change that crap. Anyways. Alright. What did I do here? Oh no, wait. Oh, what am I doing? Da-da-da. So go back to Goblin. Yeah. Sorry, I screwed up there a bit. This is not actually what I want. I want magic dot magical ability to be equal to that. Right, so now I have my enemy AI behavior. So I'm going to want to set him up to AI behavior dot attack magic. So now that's going to implement the attack magic function. So now he's going to go to that function whenever he comes to his turn and decide, do I attack or do I use magic? Now enemy dot what was it? I want to add the so basically what I have, if I go here, I have the behavior table. This behavior table, basically what it does is it holds, depending on the current behavior that we set in this behavior AI, it is going to call one of these functions. Now I can, if he chooses to attack, he'll attack. If he chooses to defend, he'll defend. He'll call the defend function or the attack function. So if I go to enemy behaviors, here's attack. So if his behavior is attack, he's going to actually come over to here to do this attack. But what I want him to do is to go to magic. So the goblin doesn't have a magic, and I don't intend to put a magic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create this new one. Dot enemy behavior type dot casting, not call, casting equals enemy behavior dot cast magic. So now what happens is if his behavior ends up he gets in a casting, he'll go over to this method casting. So unlike the goblin, who only has these three functions to choose from, the goblin mage will actually have casting to go as well. Yeah, I know I'm really sucking at this. Sorry. Not really doing a good explanation. But yeah. So he's set up there. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to add this new guide to the enemy dictionary. Instance.add. And basically what the enemy dictionary does is it takes this enemy index and assigns this object to a hash table which uses the key of the enemy index. So this way, whenever you want to get the goblin mage, you just have to say get enemy and then enemy index dot goblin mage. The goblin mage will show up. Alright, so let us now go to the actual scripting. Like none of this, technically, like this stuff I think I can delete hopefully. Yay, it builds. So none of this actually relies anything on Unity. So theoretically, you should be able to use this in whatever type of engine you're using to display stuff. So right now I have the enemy right here. Now if I comment that line and uncomment this one, it's now what it's going to do is going to get the enemy character, and then turn on a goblin. So we should see two goblins, and that didn't work. That didn't work. Enemy.goblin. So he should just be popping up as a goblin. There we go. Probably didn't compile it. So there's the goblin just doing his regular goblin punch. When he flashes red, he is I won. Hey, yay, hooray for glitches. Huh. Well, that shouldn't theoretically be happening. But anyways, that's the goblin. So what I want to do actually is I want to change this goblin here. Dot to goblin mage. Now the goblin mage should show up. Ah, but he doesn't. Why is that? That's because his name is used to get the resource of the sprite. So this, the name of this sprite should actually match the name I gave him. Yeah, see, there he is. So there he goes. He casts magic, or he attacks, and there's my new enemy. Takes a long time to attack because he's slow. So let's do a little more here. Maybe bring up some of the stats. Whoops. Dot stats dot strength. We'll say it equals 25 because I think it was 15 in the other one. What's this magic? Magic's 1. I'll say his magic's 10. Magic equals 10. So now he's going to be a lot stronger in magic. And enemy dot HP dot max HP, or no, HP equals new hit points, and we'll say he's 25. Oh, what's the goblin? Goblin's at 15, so yeah, we'll say he's 25 for that too. $13, probably gonna kill him. Yeah, it did 13 either way. I have a weaker. Okay. There we go. See? So he's 15, so theoretically he should have died there. If he were the regular one. Ah, I got a crash. Yeah, I got a crash. This thing is not perfect. This part isn't perfect. I'm working more on the underhill of it, so the parts you don't see. So yeah, that's how you create a new enemy. That was really horribly done. I am sorry. So yeah, just because... So the way I have it set up is you don't have to create a different class for each person. You can just create a different... You can set the enemy to go to a different behavior, whatever you want. You can even actually modify behaviors. Because if I say I go into here, and I say if dot current HP less than enemy dot HP dot max divided by 2. So if I'm less than 50%, enemy dot AI handler will equal the special. Where's special AI? Yay, special. So now what will happen is now theoretically he's supposed to go into the special constantly doing Goblin Punch. I might have to lower his stat a bit more. Did I hit? Oh, I hit a few of them. Maybe I'll just make it if his hit points are less than. So if I just start this up and he starts up, he should start by doing magic, which he does. Fire, fire, fire! So now what will happen, if he eventually gets to it, is he should do his Goblin Punch. One of them attacked. I'm not sure why. Gonna do it again for me, boys? Goblin Punch. Yeah, the scripting aspect is not tied into this at all. So there's still a lot of bugs for the scripting part. But a lot of the under framework, like the stuff of the calculating of the HP and the damage and stuff, setting up different abilities, that's all set up. So hopefully that probably showed you absolutely nothing, and you probably don't even understand half the crap I was just talking about, probably because most of my sentences aren't very coherent. But yeah, hopefully that will show you something a little neat. I might bring you a little more if people want to see. If there's anything specifically you want to see or anything I've added a lot of stuff. So enemies, different parties, stats. Where am I going? So I've done stuff for like abilities, different magics, how I did the magics. Everything has a behavior, so what abilities, how they work, what they do, what they affect. So I have different damage formulas for the different weapons you're supposed to use. You saw the AI and the behavior for the enemies, as well as enemy behaviors and stuff like that. So I have a lot of these behaviors, which takes in the user and a target, and it does all the math and calculation, affects the stats and stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing what I've done with any of that, or how some of this is actually done, like I said, I don't know if this is how they professionally do it. It probably could be done a lot better. But this is basically what I've worked on. I also have stuff like equipment, how I've equipped items and how they affect things. So like my weapons do. If I save this and open a new scene, menu screen. So if I play this, so here's all my character information, changes for the level. Here's all the stats. Depending on the equipment he has equipped, this is how much attack power or how much strength is added to him. This is how much speed is taken away. He can level up and his stats grow with the level ups. His elemental, how much he's affected by elements. How much he's affected by statuses. Little stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing any of it, I can show you or do stuff. I just want to show you the neat little enemy things, and kind of, if I remember how to do stuff, I might show more. Alright, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye now.